Hey everybody, happy full moon. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. I know it's Monday. Wanted to get on here really quick and go over the full moon forecast. I posted it last night on my website, astrologywitch.com. You can go and check it out there, but I am going to go over it for just a few minutes. I am going to try and get back on here later this evening to maybe do some mini readings for some of you if I have time. I'm not going to commit to that. I'm going to try. But anyway, we have a full moon today in Virgo. This is a Virgo super moon, and what that means is anytime we're dealing with a super moon, it just appears a little bit closer to Earth and it looks fuller and brighter, something to do with the elliptical orbit, if memory serves me correctly with astronomy. But it happens at 1:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This full moon is going to be all about, it's in Virgo. Virgo is all about health, better diet, organization, getting into nature. Virgo is about perfection. It's about purity, cleanliness, straightening things up and reorganizing and organizing again. It also has to do with health. This is the perfect time to do any kind of spring cleaning. It's totally blessed by the moon right now. We tend to be a little more critical at this time towards others. And so please remember that no one is perfect, not even ourselves. Remember, Virgo is the most critical sign in the zodiac, and they're very critical upon themselves. You'll find Virgos to be very hard on themselves. And Virgos do need to remember, give yourself a pat on the back, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. That's why they're so critical of others, is because they're so critical of themselves. Anybody who has a lot of Virgo in their chart, I know I do. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. Even though I'm Capricorn, I am hardest on myself. Another thing we're going to see in the next few weeks is this is going to be, I mentioned that it rules health. So you're going to see people in the medical field working overtime, scientists, doctors, nurses, working overtime to deal with this coronavirus. So send some prayers their way as well, because our healthcare professionals, our nurses and our doctors, our paramedics, our firemen as well, are right on the front lines of this and what's happening. So the medical industry and health is going to be very active and very busy. Oh, I have a visitor. Hello. Did you come to join me? That's Toby. That is the kitten, who is now a big, fat boy. I don't know where he went. Virgo full moons rule the 6th house, and that is the house of health and service to the world. So there's going to be many of us who may see many changes within the realm of employment and our health. All earth signs are going to feel this energy the most. Out of every sign out there, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, if you have any kind of a moon in an earth sign, a dragon's head or tail in an earth sign, or an ascending or rising sign in an earth sign, you are definitely going to feel this Virgo full moon pull energy the most. And the next couple of weeks may be a little bit challenging for a great many of us. So be strong. Know that we have a beautiful, beautiful new moon coming. I want to say it's the 24th. I think I put it in my newsletter here, so when I get to it, I'll let you know. I believe it's the 24th, and it's in Aries. So this is going to be the next 2 weeks, a time to regroup, reassess, reevaluate, get rid of clutter, declutter, have a garage sale, things like that. Also, what I talked about a minute ago with all earth signs feeling this energy, a lot of us are going to start worrying about our own health. And this is very easy for everybody and every sign to do right now. I was just watching the news about 5 minutes ago, just because I didn't see it this morning. And It's all they're talking about is this coronavirus. And I know it's bad in Italy, and it's bad here. I have a friend who's in Oakland, and she was like, oh, great, that poison ship. Forget the love boat. This is the sick boat. Sick boat's moving into the Oakland port right now. And so, yes, it's easy to get scared and freaked out. But you know what? I've learned, don't feed into fear, and you will be okay. This is going to take a toll on the earth signs and their weakened mental process. Some of us, our mental process will be a little bit weakened by this energy. So feeding into fear is exactly what they want you to do, and you do not do it. Do not feed into fear. Step one, like I said here in big capital letters, do not feed into fear. Step two, consume fruits, veggies, and immunity-rich foods. Echinacea tea is another immunity-rich food. Things that boost your immunity, and you will be fine. I mentioned all Virgos, Capricorns, and Tauruses will feed into this negative energy if you let it get to you. I mentioned here that as a Capricorn myself, I choose not to live in fear, but also be awake and aware. Doesn't mean bury your head in the sand and be clueless to what's going on. With this Virgo full moon, there's a lot of things we can do to change ourselves for the better. I haven't been going to the gym in the last few weeks, and I'm sitting, my daughter mentioned to me, how come we don't go to the gym much? And subconsciously, I guess in my subconscious mind, I've chosen to stay away from crowds and crowded places. And the gym is not exactly, my gym is not exactly the cleanest. It smells, it's dirty. The locker rooms are disgusting. So yeah, I've kind of avoided the gym like a plague, but I do need to exercise. So what I was trying to explain in my newsletter about this is, instead of, because Virgo full moons are about health. It's about getting into shape. It's about making better life choices in our lives, what we put into our body. So, instead of joining a dirty, crowded gym, it's better to go outside with no crowds, take up hiking, go for a long power walk, do yoga or exercise classes on YouTube. I have been doing yoga classes right in my living room every morning on YouTube. No gym, no crowds, no germs, just the germs that are in my house. And I'm always wiping stuff up and wiping things down. So you do not need a gym to get exercise, but we do need strength and good mental process, which comes from proper food and physical activity. No matter how small in measure, movement is good. So a little movement every day is very good for the body. You don't have to go to those smelly, gross, crowded gyms. Now, the positive side of this full moon, let's get to the positive. I always try and start with the negative, but I always try and leave everybody with something positive. And the positive side of this full moon will be getting in cleaning and cleansing mode. We are going to get into this mode. You may not see it today, but in the next, remember, this energy stays for the next 2 weeks. So many of us are going to feel very inclined to declutter, get rid of stuff, improve our own lifestyle for the better. This also means cleansing ourselves spiritually, saging ourselves, saging our environment around us, our computer space, our work area, even our car. Saging and getting rid of that energy. This is the perfect time to do a good smudging. It's also a good time to use stuff like Palo Santos for smudging. You can even use sage. Interesting enough, I discovered that something as simple as Pine Sol will sanitize. It's like a floor wash for sanitizing and releasing the negative, because pine has properties in it that release and cleanse the negative. So Pine Sol, Go to your dollar store, you can get some Pine Sol, and you can make your own floor. It's your floor wash now to cleanse and purify the environment. So anything like that. This is the perfect time to have yard sales, sell used stuff, either on Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, if you have clothes. There's all kinds of places you can go and put stuff on the market and sell. Virgo moons are always blessed by buying exercise equipment, new juicers, any kind of detox programs like a juice fast. I'm not a doctor, so consult your physician before you do anything like that. And if you are into doing the juice fasting, I don't recommend doing a juice fast more than 72 hours. I know there's a lot of people that do the fasting too, and that is fine, but diets are always, any kind of diet started now are always blessed under these stars. General organization and order is what is the key word here for this moon. Virgo also rules textiles. Textiles are any kind of clothing, soft, pure clothing like 100% cotton or hemp. Any kind of purchases made of fabric from a fabric store, of natural fibers. Natural fibers. Virgo's all about natural, nature. So natural fibers are cotton, hemp. I'm trying to think of other natural fibers. I'm sure there's many, but things that breathe and are breathable. It wouldn't be anything like nylon or rayon. Those are not natural fibers. Let's see. You're going to find good deals on some of these products. Now, for my magical folk, whether you're the practitioner and you're working for yourself or for others, this is the best time to work magic for any sort of employment, job spells, better jobs, pursuits in higher education and intellect are always blessed under these stars. Spells for health and diet, and ailments of the intestines, the nervous system, things dealing with green magic, which is garden witch, growing and planting, working with Mother Earth and the green goddess will all be very empowering. What else can I say about this? I've had a lot of people come at me and say, I tried to do a weight loss spell and it didn't work. Well, sometimes you have to, you can't do a spell, because this is the perfect time to do a spell for weight loss and better health and better diet. You can't sit and do a spell one night and then for the next several days after the spell not put anything into it. You have to put your effort and your discipline and your time into it. You can't do the spell and then the next day go sit on the couch and eat a bag of hot Cheetos and guzzle down Pepsi and soda and say, okay, I'm not losing weight. Well, yeah, that's not how magic works. You have to put in the time too, okay? So this is a good time to do spells for weight loss and stuff like that. But remember, magic only works, number one, if you believe in it. Number two, if you're doing a spell like that for personal effort, then you have to put in the personal time and effort to make that happen. Okay, moving right along. Now I'm going to go over your 2-week forecast by house and sign. Now, eventually, once I'm all moved and settled in, I will be creating a Patreon account. I haven't decided if it will be $3 a month, maybe $2 a month, maybe $5. I haven't decided, but when that does happen, these forecasts that I'm giving you are going to change. They're not going to be as brief. They're going to be about a paragraph for each sign, maybe 2 paragraphs. There will be more detail into your stars. There will be more information given. I keep my information very simple, very short and sweet and to the point, because that's the way I roll. But if I'm going to give more spiritual knowledge, I've got to get something going where I'm not just giving spiritual knowledge, but I'm also teaching you about the stars. I'm teaching you about doing certain spells and things like that, holistic remedies for certain things. So Once I get on Patreon, there will be a lot more stuff and a lot more knowledge I will show you. But the 2-week forecast by house and sign. Let's start with Aries. Now, Aries, change is coming in your work life. So don't let this affect your health, okay? You need to stop worrying. That's Aries' number one problem right now is worry. And I believe this is cruising the 6th house. Let's see. Yep. House, health, service to the world. So change is good, Aries, but don't worry. Taurus, you may become a little neurotic about your children, and your love life will bring some added stress and disappointment. So Taurus, children may bring a little more stress to your life right now. They may make you neurotic in some ways. I know my kids have made me neurotic many a times. They still do. Don't stress too much, but prepare for some disappointments in your love life, whether that's just a simple little argument with your lover or something like that. Remember, with the Virgo full moon in charge, we tend to be a little more critical. You are an earth sign, so you will take on a very critical tone with your lover or your spouse. Remember, nobody's perfect, not even you. Gemini, family matters are going to add some stress into your life. You might be planning a possible move, a relocation. You might be selling or buying a house. Real estate is on the agenda. Emotions are going to be high. These next 2 weeks, there'll be some high emotion. But once that Aries new moon hits, decisions will be made and you will put your plans into action. Cancer. Now, like I said earlier, the 3 earth signs are going to have the most trouble with mental process, but there is one water sign that's going to have this problem too, and that's going to be Cancer. Your communication and your mental process is going to be just a little off. And this can happen with certain energies. You're a water sign, so if that happens, remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and this energy is cruising your 3rd house of mental process. So repeat, reiterate, make sure you heard it right, because if you don't, and if you get it wrong, you're going to assume, and you may get it completely wrong. Don't assume anything now. Get all the facts. And if you do feel ungrounded, Cancer, you're a water sign. You know what to do. What does water signs do best? Get to the water. Leo. Now, Leo, you might have to spend some money against your will. This isn't going to make you happy, but it's okay. If you are investing in yourself to improve your looks, I know a lot of Leos invest money to improve their looks. This is the perfect time to do that. But remember, follow the jurisdictions and the universal laws of the moon. If you are doing something to improve your looks, if you're having something removed from your body, great. But if not, if you're wanting something added to your body, you want to wait till the next new moon in Aries to do that. Don't add anything to the body in a wanting moon phase. Virgo. Well, Virgo, this is your moon, baby. Don't stress over things you can't change, okay? I put this in my forecast because I was dealing with a friend of mine who was Virgo, and the sarcasm was just so high. So keep your sarcasm to a minimum, Virgo, because friends and lovers may give you a hard time about it. And I sure did. Stay the course, and 2020 should improve as the year goes on. It's been a rough year for some Virgo, especially in the realm of love and romance and children. This energy is going to shift on May 5th into a different house, and this tail will be out of your 5th house. So hang in there. I think I have someone at my door. Libra. Now, Libra, Mercury retrograde may bring the past back. If they're happy moments, great. Enjoy, reminisce. But if they bring sadness, remove them. You don't need those kind of memories in your life. This is also a perfect time to listen to your dreams. They're going to have some meaning. Scorpio, you may have falling outs with some of your friends, and some of your friends may even deceive you now. You're going to learn in the next 2 weeks who your real friends are. The ones that have deceived you, better you learn now than later. It's time to process this, and it's also time to lay low and make very little action until the new moon. Sagittarius, well, career changes are ahead. The next 2 weeks might be difficult, but after is going to be great, okay? Travel plans might have to be delayed or even postponed due to this Mercury retrograde. And contrary to what people say, I know it's supposedly out of retrograde after today, but that not an ancient astrology. Ancient astrology, it lasts about another 7 days, so we're looking at the 15th. Your public standing will be in the spotlight, so you have to behave yourself in public. The next new moon is going to be excellent, though, for you. I cannot wait to explain it all to you. Hello. Okay. Capricorn, added stress from education, travel plans, and even foreigners. It's going to bring some stress into your life, even foreign lands. This is not the time to make any kind of travel plans. You can prepare and you can plan, but don't make your airline ticket. Don't plan anything until this new moon hits on the 24th. Like I said earlier, as all earth signs are operating a lower vibration from this full moon, and the mental process isn't as clear. Now, I am an earth sign too. I'm able to ground myself through meditation, through yoga. So if you are an earth sign and you're feeling a little erratic, go into nature. Not all of us can do water. Not all of us like water. I'm an exception to the rule. But Virgo's about nature. Go on a nature walk. Go and go bird watching. Do something that gets you out into nature where you can hear the birds singing. Okay. Aquarius, news of, hold on. Okay. She's going to have to wait.
Oh, how long?
We'll tell her I'm in the middle of a broadcast and I have to print out Kaylee's report.
All right, I tell her that.
Have her come in. I'll be right out.
She's in.
Okay.
In her living room.
Hold on. Sorry. Day in the life of the astrologer. Where was I? Aquarius. News of a death is common along with legacy and inheritance. This is not the time to invest, but to sit back and observe for now. So this doesn't mean Aquarius is going to have someone die on them. When I talk about a death, it doesn't always mean a physical death. It could mean a figure of speech, like a death of a job, a death of a friendship. Something's coming to an end. So when I say this, I don't want to scare anybody, but I try and reiterate that this does not mean the death of a human being per se. Doesn't mean that might not touch you personally. You may hear of a death of someone. It's a time, though, to lay low. Do not invest in anything and observe for now. When the new moon hits, then will be the time to proceed forward, okay? Pisces, your domestic and business life brings sorrow and misery. The stars want you to clean it all up and move forward. So it is time for you to do some cleaning up of your domestic life, cleaning up of your business life, Pisces, and it's time to move forward. You need to take these steps now so that when the next dragon energy comes,
She left.
Okay. When that next dragon energy comes, there'll be a better shift for you and it be in a better position. The next few weeks are going to be very trying for many. We are entering the wanting phase and a Mercury retrograde to boot for another 7 days. So replenish yourself, regroup, reorganize, make time for you. Okay? Make time for you. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will try and get back on here and do some mini readings later this evening if time permits. Obviously, my clients come knocking at my door, so, and it's all good. I love my clients. So if you have any questions, you can always hit me up on astrologywitch22@gmail.com, or you can go to astrologywitch.com, check out my forecasts, both past and present. I also have the Magical Emporium on Etsy. Check that out if you're looking for any sage oil, Palo Santo stuff. I sell jewelry. And in time, we'll get bigger with our store. But if you like this video, give it a like, and I will see you later. Have a great week. Ciao.